Holy cow. Did you guys see that the governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, almost got kidnapped? Now, I don't mean she almost got kidnapped, like she was close to being kidnapped and then they got these people. No. It was as if what actually happened is not as interesting as the headline, so they'll just lie. Basically, what happened is this. Group of people online who are gun owners and are anarchists have said, we want to take down the government in all forms. We don't like Trump. We don't like Whitmer. We're going to try to take, they said they're going to take a sitting governor, which is, the kidnapper, and then hold her in a tribunal for treason, make an example, stream it, whatever you're going to do. They wanted to call it terrorism. I wouldn't be opposed to calling it terrorism because this is the dude. This is one of the guys. This is Brendan Caserta. And people were saying, oh my gosh, these Michigan militia, see, they were at the Capitol with all their guns out, and now look at what they're doing, which is totally false. The actual Michigan militia that was at the rallies in Lansing, those are not these people. These people are being named militia because 2 weeks ago, you had intelligence reports of militias are on the rise and we should be worried about them. Sets up for this dumb story now. So they've been watching these people since February. The FBI was aware of them, knew of them, had no problem tailing them, watched their meetings, had people sit in on it. So they were infiltrated already. And as soon as they say, we're going to make a play before the election, they go, it's a couple weeks away. Let's not risk it. Let's just grab these guys. So that's what's happened. They're now charged. They were never doing anything in the act. They were planning, and they were talking, and they were making a big game sound on their little Signal app or whatever they were using to communicate. We're not quite sure yet. But before I go any further, like the video. Before I go any further, watch this video. This is the anarchist himself, Brendan Caserta, talking about how he hates Trump. Trump's not your friend. He's a tyrant. Look at this.
Trump is not your friend, dude. And it amazes me that people actually believe that when he's shown over and over and over again that he's a tyrant. Trump is not your friend, dude. And it amazes me that people actually believe that when he's shown over and over and over again that he's a tyrant. Trump is not your friend, dude.
Okay, so I don't have to show that over and over and over again. Twice is enough. 2.5. Trump is not your friend, dude. Okay? He's totally not. He's like a tyrant, bro. He's like a tyrant. This is like a guy who is half Cro-Magnon, and he read a dictionary to the word tyrant and was like, wait, what? And then bought a gun and has been looking for tyrants. And so he called Whitmer a tyrant. True. Called Trump a tyrant. False. Calls probably his mom a tyrant when his mom says, clean your room and take that god-awful anarchy poster down, you idiot. And he's like, Mom, you're such a tyrant. God. I don't know anything about Brendan Caserta. Maybe he's a nice person. Maybe he's an awful person. I have no idea. But what he isn't, for sure, is a Trump supporter. So when you see the headline of Michigan militia trying to kidnap Whitmer, you saw that story get doused already because the moment people begin to Google the names of the people, you see things like this, and you go, oh, well, they're not anti-Trump. They're just anti-government, and they're violent about it. That's what you get when you shut down a state and tell people they have no recourse. And then when they actually pursue legal recourse, being having a threshold of 350,000 signees on a petition. That's the threshold. You need 350,000 to remove the Act of the Emergency Powers from 1945. And then, when you have over 500,000 signees, they go, well, it takes 21 days to appeal that decision, and we're just going to go through other means anyways. So either way, we're going to continue to have the lockdowns and the mask laws and the whatever else. And I shouldn't say mask laws because they're orders. They're not laws. So, long story short, you see in the headlines today, Governor Whitmer being kidnapped. The plot has been foiled on a alt-right, crazy Trump supporters are out to get her, and Michigan's a toss-up state. Michigan is going to vote solid red. People are like, oh, Michigan's in play. It's a swing. It is a swing state. But in play is a bad way of saying that Trump will lock down the state of Michigan. So long as, lockdown is the wrong way of putting it. He will own the state of Michigan so long as he's able to visit once more before the election. I recommend Grand Rapids because that's where you stump. Donald Trump was in Grand Rapids the night before the election. He actually took the stage at 1 o'clock on election night, on election morning. And if you didn't know, Michigan was key in winning 2016. I guarantee you Trump will be in the state of Michigan again before then. I guarantee he calls out the anarchists as he has. And you notice they've been watching this. We've all been kind of critical, saying, why are they calling them anarchists? They're not They're not violent anarchists. They're communists. We've been saying they're Marxists. So when you look at Portland and the news says, here we have peaceful protests, and then the right leadership says, no, these are anarchists. We have been saying, no, they're communists. This is why. Because the moment that you see what they try to pull on you, they try to put up a couple of anarchists in the headlines and say they were going to kidnap the governor and it's all the president's fault. Please. These people are not on the right. They are not on the left. They are hardcore anarchists. And they just want to see the tyrants, whoever they are, left, right, elected or appointed, they want to see them killed. So that's what they were going to do. Glad we stopped it. I'm glad it's in the headlines. It actually shows you that when the left says the violent right, the right wing is out to get you and they're around every corner. Well, no. If they were, they would look like this in the headlines. You would see headlines of another group plotting to assassinate Whitmer. Nope. No conservatives are actually doing that. Only the anarchists are doing that. Interesting. Stick around. There's another segment coming up. If you could, like the video, comment below, subscribe to the channel. It does help. Make sure your little notifications bell is on. That keeps you and I in touch. You'll at least see the videos popping up in your feed or in your subscriptions. And then do everything else that you can do to keep America afloat.